In any of these monster collector RPGs, it's important to try to use the tools that you have at your disposal to complete the dungeons that you need to complete. For us, we don't have some of the ultra premium ridiculous units for dungeons. However, I did come up with a kind of wonky team. It's not a fast team. Don't get me wrong. I'm not farming Dragons 25 on a regular basis, but I don't actually think a lot of people are farming Dragons 25. They're either farming a couple levels above it or they're farming Dragons hard. However, we came up with, you see the best time, amazing Dragons 25 team. If it works, it works. I really just wanted to complete this once and then farm other stuff. So we have our Seducer up here. Very easy unit to get. I mean, it's a void unit, but it's a rare unit, so super easy. He's got the first skill, sleep, doesn't really matter. Second skill, tackle enemies, decrease attack. That's nice, because sometimes enemies try to kill us. It's crazy. I don't know why they try to do that. We've got an increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns and a block debuffs on all allies for 2 turns. This is really great for also Ice Golem. That's another good thing. Attack break, defense buff for your team, makes you survive much, much longer. That's kind of one of the tricks. One of the tricks here. Try not to die. That's a trick. That's a strategy, guys. And then we have this is only for Temptress in the team, and she's not in the team. 50% ally protection buff on all allies, block damage on this champion for 1 turn, but it's not. It's not. And then we have the increase ally HP aura skill. So that is the aura that we're using. I'm not sure why we went with that. I built this before, but I'm not sure why we exactly went with that. Also, one of the other things that I want to mention is when I built this, I was trying to make it more free-to-play friendly. I know there's a Void Legendary in there. We gotta get that right. Get that right. Not this one, but this is actually the key unit. This is, well, one of the key units. Bellower. He is one of the best rares in the entire game. He's got 3 AoEs. He also has a speed lead for faction crypts. This first skill, AoE block active skills debuff for 1 turn. Second skill is a slow debuff, AoE slow. And then the third one is an AoE decrease attack and a decrease defense. Actually, well, we'll take a look at the gear later, I suppose. We have a Warlord. Obviously, it's not an easy unit to get. This is just one of those situations. Oh, we didn't max out the skills on Warlord? Well, he's very useful. He's one of the best legendaries in the game, in my opinion. We've got a increase, 25% chance of increasing duration of all debuffs on the target by 1 turn. Block debuffs on all allies for 1 turn, and a shield. Prevents things from dying. You get the drill. Attacks all enemies. 70% chance to put each target's skills on cooldown. 30% chance to fully deplete each target's turn meter. We're not trying to have a super fast dungeon run. It's just a please survive and don't die. Speaking of don't die, if they do die, we have a Godseeker Aniri here, which is an epic. I mean, it's a great epic to have. It's really almost a full void team. I'm now realizing this. Almost a full void team. Attacks one enemy, heal the ally with the lowest HP. 5% of their max HP, cannot heal this champion. Attacks all enemies, heals all allies by 15% of their max HP. Decreases duration of all buffs on all enemies by 1 turn. Increases duration of all buffs on all allies by 1 turn. And then we have this one, revives a dead ally with. We wind up using this. This, like, it's not great to have a reviver in a dungeon team because it's not going to be a fast dungeon team. However, things die. This is how to make it reliable. Like, the dragon and the enemies do so much damage, and if you don't have ridiculous gear and top-tier units, it's very challenging. So, this is all about just surviving and clearing the dungeon. We have the passive effect, increase the amount of healing allies receive by 10%. Active effect, if an ally is about to get killed by a fatal hit, preempts that hit and instantly places a revive on death buff for 1 turn before the damage is taken. And then we have a revive dead ally with 50% HP, fills their turn meter by 50%, resets the cooldown of all of their skills. Very useful unit, not for a fast team, but very useful unit. And then we have this one, we're doing damage through poison. That's what it is. You're wondering where the damage is coming from. It's poison. That's how we're doing it. Apothecary, we have 3 attacks, we have a heal, and then we have an increased speed and increased turn meter of all allies. It's just a nice rare unit in the game. Back in the day, people were making this out to be like, I must build everyone. Oh, because it's YouTube. That's why. But yeah, let's take a look at the team. Let's see how it does. So we've got the speed boost. We have all of those debuffs. You see the poisons? That's where we're doing the damage. We have basically no damage coming from the actual units. Look at that. Nothing's doing any damage. They're level 350 though. It's going to be very hard to do damage to them. And not die at the same time. Like, we would have to aggressively control and damage them. But here it's just, we're doing the damage through the poisons. And we're just going to try to not die. It's the fastest dungeon team in the world. But this was a way, using what we had in our toolkit, to actually clear this dungeon. Buff blocked. Yeah, gotta love that. I'm looking at you, Apothecary. So, enemies are stunned. Enemies have crap tons of debuffs. This is kind of my strategy in like every dungeon. Like, how many debuffs can we put all the enemies under to make them do as little as possible? How many buffs can we put on our team to make us not die? That's my strategy. I'm like, hey, we could try to get better units and better gear, but it's rough. It's rough. You don't have all the resources. So, there we go. More this, like, the Bellower is really, that's where we're seeing all these debuffs. It's wild. The true power of Bellower. And you see Apothecary is like starting to take some damage though. Like, they're trying to get him. They're trying to get him. You know what? While they're trying to get him, let's roll the Raid Shadow Legends promo.
Download Raid Shadow Legends today using my link in the description to get all kinds of crazy shit. Immediately you get a legendary Elenaril. Epic Mausoleum Mage at level 10. Level 20, you get Uugo. Level 30, you get the Epic Rector Draft. Use the promo code Supreme6 for a legendary Supreme Gaelic for free. And if you log in for 7 days, you get a legendary Alice the Wanderer. Use my promo code today. Link in the description.
25 minutes later. Okay, not 25, but it's been like 6.5 minutes so far. Not a really fast. Although on the bright side, you don't blow through energy that much with this team. Food for thought. I'm just saying, if you're having energy issues, summon a Void Legendary. I think that's the lesson that we're learning here. If you have energy issues, summon a Void Legendary. All right, we got a couple poisons on the boss, but he's in his stance. I was gonna make some smart Alec comment about the stance, but I don't. We don't really need a smart comment. Plus, it's me. There's no smart comments. It's only sarcastic smart, like smart in air quotes. So, yeah, it's gonna. I mean, it's still gonna be a while. So the boss has defense break, attack break, and he has 3. He's got 3 poisons on him, as well. Boss's poisons are better than our poisons are. Story of my life. I mean, our poisons are just coming from gear, though. So I just want you guys to see kind of where I'm going with this, because I feel like other people are likely going to be in a similar situation of like, yeah, because not everyone needs a crazy fast speed team. Not everyone wants a crazy fast speed team or even has the resources to make something like that. But I want to just show that something like this, and again, it's voids. It's got a void epic. It's got a void legendary. It's not that you necessarily need to use those units. I was just trying to use what I had at my disposal. They are good units. I was actually surprised that the Godseeker Aniri was a game changer here, because like everything else seemed like it could do it, and then she was the one that was like, oh no, we needed some more sustain. But yeah, we just, it's better to do it faster, but we don't have, so like there's some really insane units for this dungeon that can just literally solo the entire dungeon. We don't have those units. Some units are ridiculous OP. So we had to just use what we had. We had to use the resources, the gear that we had, and we made it happen. So let's to the end. you missed it because I wasn't recording this part, but the dragons already killed 3 of our units. They just keep reviving back. That's why Godseeker Aniri was so clutch for this team, because the dragon just kills things. And when I first saw that people were using Godseeker Aniri in the slower dragons teams, I was like, why would they be using a reviver? But if you don't have the right units to speedrun the dungeon, then you got to do something. Even though this is why I don't actually farm this dungeon with this team though. Like realistically, like you could put it on before you go to sleep and then you have like 8 hours. It doesn't really matter how long the dungeon runs are. You got 8 hours. Like you're not going to be restarting the dungeon runs after, like if you had I want to say if you had a 2-minute team. I mean, I've seen some wild units that are really, really good in here. Don't get me wrong. Like there's some ridiculous stuff, but yeah, 8 hours, plenty fine. Stock up some energy and click auto, go to bed, come back with all bad gear anyway, because it really doesn't matter. But that's why I don't really farm. I don't really farm that one, but yeah, I just wanted to show the team. I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting kind of to get the casual players to think, oh, maybe I could do things a different way and it could still work. And you don't need to go crazy with all the ridiculous units. Speaking of ridiculous units, do we have a fragment summon? No, we have 25 of you on. Get out of here. We just summoned him on the other account, but we didn't summon him on this account. Lols. Let's do this one. May as well. I hope we don't actually get that unit on this account, though. Okay, good. Good, we don't need him. Primal Shard. Why not? It's just gonna be rare anyway. Just gonna be. What did I say? I mean, everyone knew that anyway. But yeah, food for thought. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys. Some of you are like face palming. You're like, I'm not farming Dragons 25 with a 12-minute team. Hey, you gotta sleep sometime. Anyway, see you as always in the next one. Oh, by the way, link in the description, QR code on screen. You know the drill. See you as always in the next one.